in the history of us doing this adaptation, we've done comic books, video games, we've done it all. These are probably the most well-formed books that have adapted. They're so well written, and everything in it is there for a reason. It doesn't feel like we had to sort of dispense with that we could only sort of take 10% of the book and put it out. The great thing about TV, we're feature guys normally, and there you really have to keep it moving. By 4 you have to have your story set up and so forth. And the great thing about TV is that you can take time and bring out the world and characters, and so that's been really great. But I think if you read the books and watched this, I think you would feel like you were like the books.
Yeah.
We do have the writers and novelists are in the writing room as well. Breaking the cardinal rule by putting.
It's a great idea.
But it was fantastic. They're incredible guys, and but I really do.
It's very faithful.
Like we had to sort of lose.
Yeah, we got to finally slow it down and not burn through story. There's so much rich material. We brought the novellas in. We've moved characters from the second book forward, just to give other perspectives that are not in the first book. But the material is very adaptable because it doesn't break when you push it or you move stuff, or it doesn't fall apart, which that can't be said for much of the stuff you adapt. So it's really malleable like that, but they did write very cinematically, and there was very little. It's been more of a question of emphasis. Like Anderson Daw is a very small character. We thought this guy's an amazing opportunity. Let's make him a huge character. Let's bring Avasarala in from book 2 to have her perspective in the first season. Let's just honor the books, but not feel strangled by the exact choices they made. And then at the end of the day, like you said, you'll feel like they're really the same entity. You're not going to feel like we went off in some wacky direction. It's not the Expanse anymore.
There's things, with the invention of the Epstein drive in the books. It's the propulsion system that essentially takes humanity to the stars. But it has a fascinating story in the books, and there's little things like that you wish that you could bring in. We have found ways to do that, to be able to play a little bit with structure and get some of those gems into the story.
And then also with the web too.
Yeah, absolutely.
Exactly, and that's an extension of the world.
Yeah, create a whole universe, and the novellas. If anyone gets into the books, those are just amazing companions to the books. They're little slices of the universe that they don't have necessarily time or focus in the novels, and they do these little books that tell a very specific story about another facet of, and they're all like incredibly beautiful and different from the novels. They're very, very literary, and they're not that the novels aren't, but the novels are very accessible. The novellas, and which is why we're using all that material. It's incredibly specific, intricate, deep material that speaks to one facet of a character that they blew by in the novels, and it's really fun because we can build all that into our show, and we have the space to do it. So